Hi, guys, coming in with some breaking college football news. The Michigan Wolverines have just been defeated by Ohio State. It's looking like it's going to be official in just about 20 minutes. This is a shocking upset for everybody that's watched college football this year. Michigan has been flawless this year. They beat down Wisconsin. Michigan absolutely hammered Nebraska. Michigan beat Northwestern. Their defense was a top 5 defense in America. And Jim Harbaugh had everything to gain by playing this football game today. Jim Harbaugh had never beaten Urban Meyer. This Ohio State team has looked terrible all year long. They barely survived against Nebraska. They barely beat Minnesota. Last week against a Maryland team that's probably not even bowl eligible, they gave up 51 points. 51 points to Maryland. And now in 1 week, Ohio State now looks like a contender for the college football playoff. It's mind-boggling how somebody can watch these two teams play, Ohio State and Michigan, and yet Michigan comes out today and they look like the team that all year long has been limping into this game. Michigan has beaten Wisconsin. They've beaten a decent Big Ten schedule. They were able to defeat Penn State. Even Ohio State had to get lucky to even beat Penn State. If you look at the eye test all year long, Oklahoma's offense, Oklahoma as a team, has had more impressive victories than Ohio State this year, I would say. Oklahoma, by going up to West Virginia, as Marcus Woods talks about, Oklahoma, by going up to West Virginia and winning that game last night, Oklahoma has won at Iowa State, which is such a tough place to play. They won at Texas Tech. Oklahoma really has a solid resume. They beat Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State is probably going to be a top 25 team. The Big 12 has been just as good as the Big 10, and now they have a chance to play Texas in the Big 12 championship and avenge their loss. If I was on the committee, I would probably put Oklahoma State over Ohio State, but it's really, I mean, it's crazy. Oh, this Ohio State team has looked terrible all year long, and tonight they come out and they shock the world. They don't only beat Michigan, they absolutely drub them in Columbus. And this was, I thought, a terrible Ohio State team, a team that was way worse than its record indicated. I thought Michigan would go into this game and be able to run the football, control the game up front on the line of scrimmage. I thought Michigan would be able to contain Ohio State, would be able to generate a pass rush with Dom Brown being the best defensive coordinator. All week you heard how amazing Dom Brown was with Jim Harbaugh, and this is the worst defeat Jim Harbaugh has ever suffered as a Michigan head coach, because this was the year to take advantage. This was the year you had the quarterback, you had the amazing defense, you had the senior leadership. If it wasn't going to happen this year, when was it going to happen? And Michigan just fell flat on their face. It was an embarrassing performance, a terrible performance, and Ohio State absolutely owns Michigan, and Urban Meyer owns Jim Harbaugh. And it's a really sad day for Michigan fans. It's very interesting to watch. And now the committee will make a decision between an Ohio State team that for the majority of the year has looked really bad up until last week. Now Ohio State has a chance to go beat Northwestern in the Big Ten championship. Ohio State will draw a lot of eyeballs. Dwayne Haskins is a good quarterback. Ohio State versus Alabama would be a really exciting game, as well as Oklahoma versus Alabama. But I believe that the money of Ohio State will honestly prevail. If I was on the committee, I might reward Oklahoma State's consistency over Ohio State. but it is a really, really tough decision. If, in fact, Notre Dame is to lose to USC, then Oklahoma and Ohio State can both get into the playoff. But the thing that I think is going to happen is you need to look at the loss. I think that Oklahoma's loss to Texas on a neutral site is nowhere near the quality of loss, which was Ohio State getting pounded by Purdue. Ohio State gets pounded by Purdue, and that was a terrible loss. And Ohio State's looked bad. They looked bad against Minnesota. They looked bad against Nebraska. They should have lost last week if that Maryland quarterback could only hit a 2-point conversion. Their defense has been absolutely dreadful. So that is why today is extra shocking, because Ohio State's defense played out of their minds today. And it's just, you got to give Urban Meyer this credit. He's able to get his team ready to play in a short amount of time. He flipped a switch. Ohio State flipped a switch in which many people did not see coming. Ohio State flipped a switch today, and it was an unbelievable and shocking performance that Ohio State beat Michigan by around 30 points. Absolutely stunning, but you got to give credit to Urban Meyer for his ability to flip the switch in a second, because this Ohio State team has been just absolutely going through the motions. They've been dead in the water now all year long, and today's performance was spectacular. And that is why Urban Meyer is an all-time great coach, and this is why Jim Harbaugh is short of Urban's greatness thus far in his career. Pretty unbelievable development in Columbus. We will keep you guys updated with college football content. And also, we should be streaming Giants-Eagles tomorrow on this channel. I'll be giving you guys updates about that. We got a lot of NFL content coming up over the weekend. If more news breaks from college football, maybe USC beats Notre Dame, then we will be with you here on Insomnia Sports. Thank you guys for tuning in. Congratulations to Ohio State on a tremendous win, a shocking and stunning loss for a dominant Jim Harbaugh Michigan team. This will be such a tough pill to swallow for the Wolverines. Take care, guys. Thank you for tuning into the video.